Championship. This is the home of World Darts. This is Lakeside. We begin with the boys' quarter-final match, and we welcome to the stage a young man who came through the Lakeside World Championship qualifiers. The newly crowned Czech Open Boys Champion from Germany, Florian Price. Now welcome to the stage the reigning Budapest Masters and Hungarian Grand Prix champion, the number 4 seed from Hungary, Balázs Šota.
Everyone, and welcome back to Lakeside, where it's quarter-finals day in the men's and women's competitions. Last night produced some epic marathon matches, headlined by 70-year-old Paul Lim continuing to defy his age with a win over Gary Stone. Neil Duff was typically gritty in seeing off his pal and compatriot Barry Copeland, while Sophie McKinley could be set for a very busy weekend after reaching the last 8 of the women's competition. 5 more fantastic matches are coming up this afternoon, with our third boys quarter-final commencing the action. 14-year-old Balázs Šota, a winner of the under-14s tournament at the Dutch Open in February, faces 17-year-old German Florian Price, fresh from winning the Youth Czech Open last weekend. Lex Parshauser and Archie Self have already confirmed their semi-final spots for tomorrow. Who is going to go through, the Hungarian number 4 seed or the qualifier German Florian Price? My name's Dan McCarthy, and I'm very happy, as always, to be joined in the commentary box by 2015 champion Scott Mitchell to see if the kids are all right.
Exactly, indeed, and we've seen some great youth matches already yesterday, and this one looks to be an absolute barn burner as well. These two they're not kind of new to it as such as being new in the youth, but they've been on the big stage before. They know what it takes to win on the big stage, and now they're on the biggest stage of all here at the home of World Darts, the Lakeside, and I, for one, are very much looking forward to this. These are the guys I'll be coming to get tickets to get back in here in a few years' time when everybody's forgotten who I am, Dan.
96.
Well, what we saw from the first 2 quarterfinals was a real sense of fearlessness from all competitors, even those who were beaten. Rauslan Manis and Kenji Steinbach put on a good show in defeat.
Yeah, the Archie Self game went to the last leg decider as well. It was I think extending it out to 8 has been a really good thing from the WDF, and it's another little carrot to dangle for those players of that age. It's super stuff.
If you were 14 years old, as Balázs is, and someone said to you, do you want to go and play on the Lakeside stage, how would you feel approaching that challenge?
Look, I would rip your arm off to want to do it for a start. Having watched this place since I was a kid. And yeah, back then there wasn't the opportunities that there are now. And what I love, it's different nations we're seeing. And here we go. Look, what a start that is for Florian. The Germans straight in their first start at a double. But it wasn't the fact that it was first start at a double. It was a nice, clean 94 shot. No consideration about going 25 and getting a stab at the ball. It was back in his confidence, straight at that treble 18, and tops were smack dang centre. It really is a good opening leg for Florian.
Incredible. An 11 darter on your Lakeside debut as a 17-year-old.
Yeah, you do those sorts of things, you just as well write your phone number on the back of your shirt, because people are going to want you from there in, aren't they?
45.
Certainly a great way to market yourself.
41.
There is recent history between these two, because Florian beat Balázs in the semi-final of the Czech Open only a couple of weeks ago en route to the title.
There could be a bit of revenge at mind here then in this one. You don't like being beat by the same player twice in a row, and I don't care what age you are. That is something that you try to avoid at all costs.
There is a 3-year age gap between the two players, and it may sound like a ridiculous thing to say, but Florian's extra experience could come to the fore on the stage. been throwing darts longer.
99.
However, Ballas no stranger to big stage title success. He defeated the young Finn Onni Pennanen in Assen in the Dutch Open back in February.
58.
And it's one of those as well where, like Germany, Holland, Belgium, the UK are established sort of nations for darts. Hungary is one of those nations that's on their way up. You know, holding big events. They've held sort of Europe Cups and things like that. So in the past, and for small federations and for small nations to do that alongside the WDF just promotes darts within the country. It's super stuff. And now we're seeing the likes of Ballas here on the Lakeside stage. It's great stuff.
He's hoping he'll get a shot to respond as Florian goes the aggressive route. Sticking with 2 double 19s, that was the intention. Wants double top. Lovely guide. Pitches it over the top of the first.
A few oohs from the crowd there.
The second leg,
11 darter followed by a 24 darter, but they all count.
Florian to throw first. Game on.
You talk about the age gap here, but when you move on to the development tour and you can go up to the age of 25, I believe, sometimes there's some big gaps, 18-year-olds playing 25-year-olds in that. And so
43.
in speaking terms, this isn't that big a gap. But I think at that age, it's a bigger darting gap, isn't it?
74. 95.
Winner of this faces the winner of our final quarter in this tournament, and that one's an all-English affair between Jensen Walker, the #1 seed, and Mason Teese. First of 5 games we've got coming up for you today. Following this, we return to the Women's World Championship, an old Dutch clash between Lorena Rietbergen, who conquered Rhiannon O'Sullivan, and Aletta Wyatt. Francois Schweyen and Thomas Junghans was the first men's quarter. Eileen de Graaf against Sophie McKinley, and then Shane McGurk against Peter Machin. He's certainly one to watch out for, the Irishman. He's been astonishingly good this week, particularly on the doubles.
121.
Peter Machin's one of those that he does step up when the game is there to be stepped up. So
Florian Price is stepping up himself. Already a 1-set lead, and already Ballas looks in trouble.
Second set, first leg, it's Ballas to throw first. Game on.
hasn't been given time to settle, has he? He'd obviously lost the bull up, wasn't on throw. Effectively, he's only lost one leg with throw, but you're not thinking that when you go down 3-0 in sets. You can start to panic. This is the one where he has to concentrate now and hold his own throw, get himself a leg on the board, and get himself back in the game.
Much busier at Lakeside this afternoon. Nice atmosphere rumbling around the building.
it does tend to do that here traditionally as it comes into the final weekend. The Friday seems to be like a Saturday and a Sunday here.
98.
Good look at the bullseye here. He's confident enough to stay on the treble.
Winning the first set 3-0, he should have all the confidence in the world. If you're not confident up there on that stage now, you never will be.
Well, there's a real golfing class between the two players right now.
Secondly, Florian to throw first. Game on.
And Florian's broken throw again, and now that is going to end up pushing the panic button for Balazs. Hungarian just hasn't been given a chance to settle in, has he?
85.
But like you say, he's a young lad and many more opportunities will come his way.
43.
Too many trebleless visits from Balazs. Florian looking much more stable.
And it gets to this point in a game where you just start trying, and what starts to go through your head is probably just thinking, I just want to get a leg now. I just want to get a leg. There's two legs if I don't. So I just want to get one and try and extend the game. And that's the attitude to have in this situation, in any game of this manner and magnitude, is to try and break the game down, because you don't have a chance of coming back if you don't break the game down and think one leg, one throw at a time.
Florian seeking to become the next darting superstar from Germany. Plenty of competition. Wanting to get to the level of the likes of Martin Schindler, Gabriel Clemens, Max Hopp, Ricardo Pietrezco. Loads of players for him to look up to.
96. Florian, you require 40.
Double five.
35. You require 100.
Really seeing him look a little bit wayward on the doubles.
I was just about to say the same. It's the first sort of little frailty that we've seen from the German. And that was a big ton shot and pressure on that one. The crowd now wanting this young man.
13.
To get himself a leg on the board. Are we seeing grip issues here? Tries to calm himself. He does the right thing.
In the space of 15 minutes, Shotak
100.
is close to a whitewash defeat.
And nobody wants to see that. There's not one person in the crowd wants to see anybody getting whitewashed in these things.
40.
Change of pace here from Balazs. It seems to be bringing success. Maybe we're now seeing his more natural pace. Oh, the body went with the last there, didn't it? You've got to throw from a steady frame. It's got to be just arm movement.
58.
Saying that, we all do it. We all do it at times when you want it that bad.
133.
Nothing wrong with his counting.
No, good change of target there from him to leave 138, and very successful change of target as well.
60. And that's going to require 138. 58.
So the Hungarian's going to get there first without doubt. To a double, and a chance at a double.
140.
Almost called in the commentator's curse there with a 180. Balázs won't thank me for that. I don't think I've ever seen a funnier face. And your heart goes out to him. Heart goes out to him. Thank goodness he's going to get back at the 40.
56.
I think that's what we call an ultra-safe dart.
40.
The crowd are absolutely willing this to go in.
Let's go.
And we saw Florian do the 94 in the opening set. '82, will he go bull or 42? He's gone 42.
34.
So Balázs gets another go at the tops. Come on, young man. We want to see you hit it. Oh, he's all over it. And you feel if he'd hit a double somewhere else in the game, these would be going.
You have to feel for Balázs. It's a harsh environment, a steep learning curve, and Florian Pryce has won in straight sets, 6 legs on the bounce. It was an electric start from the German, an 11 darter. Things tailed off, but Balázs couldn't really live with his scoring power. Florian Pryce becomes our 3rd quarter-finalist in the boys' tournament.
Ladies and gentlemen, let's hear it for Balázs Šoták. And into tomorrow's semi-finals, Florian Pryce. And ladies and gentlemen, that is our first match completed. Our next match will be in 5 minutes' time as we move into the ladies' quarterfinals. Lena Rinkanen and Aletta Fire.
Tickets for the 2025 WDF Lakeside World Championships go on sale this Sunday at 6 p.m. Head over to www.eventbrite.co.uk to grab the best seats. The 46th annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open will be held from January the 17th till the 19th. Sin City welcomes you to come and play in the entertainment capital of the world. Men's and women's champions win places at the 2025 World Championships. The Romanian Darts Festival is held from January the 24th till 26th. Join the party in Bucharest. Register to play by Wednesday 22nd of January and kickstart the new WDF ranking season in historical Bucharest. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is held from January the 30th till February the 2nd. Registration is open until January the 15th. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is by far the largest darts party in the world that you should not miss. And the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside in December 20. Open and Masters are held from May 2nd to 4th. One of the best run tournaments on the calendar in the beautiful city of Esbjerg, the Golden Denmark Open provides the champions a direct qualification into the 2025 Lakeside World Championships. Along with the Silver Denmark Masters, it's a tournament weekend to look forward to. The Toronto Area Open is held from May 30th till June the 1st. It will be the biggest WDF tournament.
Oh, okay. She will go straight at it then.
You never know. We've seen Luke Littler split 36.
Yeah, good point.
No score. Enter unicorn 10. No score.
Some scratchy doubling early in the piece.
Unicorn 36. No score.
Deja vu.
Same place again.
Enter unicorn 10.
I'd rather be coming back for 36 than the 18.
He's only going to get one more dart at double 13.
Letter you require 2. No score. Arena you require 26.
Not the start that either player wanted.
Game shot at 7.
Reina's happy with that of sorts. Hits the double and then proceeds to tell the dartboard off.
It is always the board's fault, you know.
Never ever the person throwing the dart.
No, not at all.
137.
It's a much better start there for Lorena.
I mean, legs like that can happen. They've happened to the best of players. You'd probably rather get it out of your system early on in the game.
Yeah.
70.
Yeah, you don't want legs like that to be creeping in towards the end of the match. If you're going to have a bit of a nightmare, you want it to be at the beginning because it gives you a chance to recover and make up for it. Should be cross with that last dart.
Just a straight ton would have left 170. She nearly hit that against Paula Murphy.
100.
Hit the 25 instead.
$99. Ready to require 107.
Does have a very natural throwing action, does Lorena. Speedily moves around the board. Pushes 2-1 down. Exactly the response that Aletta wanted after missing just the 10 darts at double in leg 2.
Yeah, she can put that leg to bed now.
65.
Still first to 2 sets in the women's quarterfinals with no breaks.
140.
Good strong start there from Aletta against the darts, so she's in control of this leg.
140.
She was in control of this leg. See what she comes back with now.
43. 50. 100. 85. 60. Ready, you require 161. 80.
That was a great last start.
Ready, you require 158.
Try and pick off a ton here.
60. Ready, you require 81.
Marina's in the driving seat. 12 or treble. He's double 13.
She's hit it once.
65. Letter you require 98.
Do we call that a happy accident?
I think it might be.
58.
And she got away with it, so
You require 16.
up for double 8.
Shot and a walker.
Van with that last dart to level the match.
Fifth leg is a letter to throw first. Game on.
As long as you can get down to a double by hook or by crook, and then take it out, doesn't
100.
matter what
Doesn't
routes you go.
No, doesn't matter how you get there.
100.
Letta is one of the busier players in the ladies' game, not just travelling around Europe playing in WDF events, but she's been a participant in the women's series. You ever bumped into her?
I have, yeah. I played her twice in the same weekend when we played in Niedenhausen in Germany.
45.
Shall I ask how it went?
You can ask how it went, Dan. I beat her twice.
85.
To be fair, that venue is one of the hottest venues I've ever played in.
Were they the ones in August?
Yeah.
97. 100.
Yeah, great venue, just too hot.
85.
Has been quite warm in the venue across the week. Promises to get warmer with there being more in attendance.
No score.
That was unlucky.
114.
She will be back though to have a look at this 120.
54. You require 120.
Shanghai to take the first set and break the throw.
Letter you require 60.
Double top for the first set, and it belongs to Aletta Bayer. 5 holes to throw in a row. And Lorena will be furious. She knows that she should have had at least one dart at tops.
Those visits where Lorena was picking off the trebles but then having a loose dart in either the 5s or the 1s, and those missed opportunities really mount up. Can make a big difference to the leg.
60.
25.
It's better, but still a loose one. Spoils a great score.
57.
Both players averaging around the same. 68 and 67. I think largely in part due to that second leg where Lorena finally hit double 13.
The averages soon come tumbling down when you've missed a couple of shots at double. They seem to come down much faster than they go up.
72.
You sound like you say that from painful experience.
Yeah, of course.
60. Lorena Uruguayo 139.
139, a horrible checkout. Didn't have to take it with a letter on
43.
186.
She would have been looking for a slightly better setup shot than what she got, but she will return for the 96.
100. Lorena Uruguayo 96. 56. Aletta Uruguayo 86.
Lovely dart, double 16.
Oh,
78.
she was looking for the double-double there.
Uruguayo 40. No score.
That's been a habit of Lorena's. There's been some fantastic scoring throughout her 3 matches in this tournament, but the doubling can be suspect to say the least.
Yeah, I agree with that. The scoring power is great. She just needs to tighten up those finishes.
20. Aletta Uruguayo 4.
3 well-thrown darts there, but just not quite high enough.
20.
Lorena finds it.
Second leg is Aletta to throw first.
I sense sarcasm in the way that she celebrated that.
She's frustrated. You can see she's frustrated.
41.
There's probably a sense of frustration with
60.
both players.
They can both play so much better than what they are playing at the moment.
133.
You just want to get on that stage and play the best you can.
60.
As much as you want to win, you still want to be able to showcase what you're capable of.
133.
It's a good visit there from Aletta.
Reading from the Eileen de Graaf playbook.
95.
Back-to-back visits where she started on the 19s, and there she goes again.
She does use the 19s quite a bit, Aletta does.
58.
Wonder if they practice together. Picking up a few tips and tricks.
55. Aletta Uruguayo
Maybe. I do know
136.
Aletta's been practicing with Sophie behind the scenes.
45.
Sophie McKinley in action later this afternoon.
46. Aletta Uruguayo 91.
Against another Dutch player.
51.
Feast or famine for Lorena.
65.
The second dart there was such a good dart to pick off the treble 19, but then she threw the last one almost like she didn't care. She could have really worked on that and perhaps hit another treble 19 or at least a 19 rather than just a big 3. It's hard to stay focused though when they're not going where you want them to. Up for tops now.
100. Letter unicorn 40.
Frustration is beginning to boil over. Aletta will look to use it to her advantage.
30. Medina unicorn 20.
There's the break she wanted.
Third leg is Medina to throw first.
Is it sometimes, in Lorena's case, do you think she's throwing too quickly for her own good?
I'm not sure, because we have seen instances where she's almost taken a bit of a step back, given that big exhale of air, and then thrown, and it's still not gone where she's wanted. She's such a rhythmical player that sometimes taking that minute doesn't always do you a favour. Sometimes you're better just getting on with it.
45.
But then the flip side, when it comes to the scoring, sometimes you might just need to take that little minute just to refocus.
60.
Said it before and I'll say it again, it's all about trying to keep them straight.
42.
Keep them straight, even if it's just 60 ton. It will all add up.
You will win more games going 60, 60, 60 than you will going 81, 26, 95.
96.
It's a confidence thing as well. If you're keeping them straight, at some point, they will drop in the treble. Sometimes you just need to look an inch above the treble, because when you're going at the treble, that's when you'll pull them into the ones. You'll find the treble ones and the treble fives. If you aim an inch above, eventually you'll find your range better and you will be able to drop them in.
93.
Last visit left Lorena on a bogey number.
Letter unicorn 40.
It's a very immediate break that.
Fourth leg is a letter to throw first. Game on.
If Aletta holds, then all the pressure's on Lorena.
43. 59. 47. 100. 59. 56. 100.
There's that first dart.
140.
Brave. Again, I think I would have switched through fear of knocking that valuable treble out. Yeah, good reply from Aletta. Stays within touching distance.
94. Aletta, you require 120. 56. You require 52.
tops for the set.
8 shots, and second set. Ready to recover.
Well played.
In the deciding set, first leg, it's a letter to throw first. Game on.
Lorena looks like she's got the weight of the world on her shoulders, and Aletta is not giving us anything.
60.
It's a fascinating contrast of demeanours.
45.
You can see Lorena visibly assessing every visit,
Yeah.
whether it's a grumble or a little celebration.
100.
There's a bit back there, though, from Via.
82. 60. 60.
I can't pick my winner from this, can you? It literally could go either way.
100.
I'm going to be bold and say the winner will be the Dutch one.
96.
I'd say that's a bit of a cop-out, Dan, to be fair. Superb set-up shot there from Aletta.
He was magnificent. Next down to double eight. Doesn't have to go into a second visit to take the double.
134.
Great switch there from Lorena.
97.
Aletta's finishing has generally been tidier. Seen on 3 occasions hit the double first dart in hand. Ensure it's as stress-free as can possibly be.
55. 140.
Again, great darts there.
Normally you'd expect her to be on treble 19 from 271, Aletta on 349. She'd have plenty of time.
91.
She will be coming back for tops. Can Aletta apply more pressure?
98. You require 40.
That was well found after a really badly thrown first dart.
Clearly very talented, but erratic.
Yeah.
Is probably the best description word.
And the key to this game is consistency. And she's just the opposite. Like you say, such a talent. She just needs to work on that consistency.
45.
It actually makes her a very dangerous player. Because if Aletta hadn't have hit that double eight, she was coming back from 160, and she's more than capable of taking that out. So it was still a bit of a dangerous position for Aletta to be in.
125.
She almost strikes me as the kind of player who'd be better on the combination finishes when she doesn't have to think, oh, I've got 3 darts at tops,
Yes.
160, 2 trebles, tops, instant.
Yeah. Yeah, you know where you're going, you hit what you want, bang.
56.
There are a lot of players out there, though, that have got more chance of hitting, you know, a big finish than having 3 clear darts at tops or 10s.
60.
I think that's why we see a lot of shots at the ball with the last dart.
41. Lorena, you require 90.
Well, this is a huge opportunity for Lorena.
72.
It's one she doesn't take, but 151, this is a big ask.
Still on.
119.
Wonderfully teed up for double 16.
You require 18.
Straight ahead and straight in.
Straight in there. That was a really good dart. She threw it like she meant it.
And she is now 1 leg away from reaching the semi-finals on debut. Could be so easy for Lorena to fall into the trap of thinking, I'm 1 leg away.
Yep. Yep. Don't look at the finishing line. Just keep going.
58. 41.
Aletta looks like she's tightened up a little bit.
60.
She'll be looking for a big score here to put her back in the running.
60. 43.
5 consecutive treble-less visits.
It's a big, important leg for them both, and we can tell.
79.
Aletta picks one off, but the single one didn't help her in any way.
57.
That's a great, great time. 140. And a fantastic reply.
This to potentially save the match.
67.
So 45 for the match. She's smiling, but inside she's dying.
27. Aletta, you require 16.
Only gave herself the 1 match dart.
Double 4 now.
14.
That was a nasty slip. That looks awkward. So Aletta's back for a favourite double 1.
Aletta, you require 2.
Horrible position to be in.
She's staring it down.
No score.
Having 3 darts in hand at double 1 to save the match. Not a position I envy.
No.
Double two.
6. The letter you require 2.
That's a better marker.
No score.
3 well-thrown darts.
Pure tension and pure pressure.
I feel tense watching it. I've tightened up watching the game.
No score. The letter you require 2. No score. Arena you require 2.
Trying to loosen that arm.
She finds it.
Well, in the all-Dutch battle, it is the debutante who beats the number 6 seed. Lorena Rietbergen made hard work of it, but she can call herself a World Championship semi-finalist. She could face another Dutch woman in Eileen de Graaf or Sophie McKinley. That game coming up later today.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation to Letter Fire! And into the semi-finals on debut, Lorena Rietbergen! Once again, ladies and gentlemen, we will take a 5-minute break. 5 minutes, and we will return to the stage with the first of our men's quarterfinals.
Tickets.
One of Thomas's title wins in the WDF system was in Riga in 2023, and he beat Francois in the final. That's their only previous meeting.
Those are the meetings you don't remember when you're in finals. You don't forget, sorry. You always remember. Always remember those. Two big occasions that they've met them, really, here at a quarterfinal at Lakeside and in an open final.
56, Thomas 88.
I wonder if they're wishing next time they meet it'll be on a floor game without the eyes of the world upon them.
Nice degree of comfort for Thomas in this third leg.
Francois with that last dart is telling me that he's given up on this leg. Lots of players keep scoring with freedom in that situation. Thomas tidies it up and he was right to give up on that leg, but for me, I always like to go and hit a ton or a ton 40. Try and keep your average ticking along nicely. Not chuck one at the ball and hit an 8. Not for me, really, but there we go. We all think differently.
I'm guessing the thought process will have been, this leg's probably done. What's the point in wasting energy on it?
Yeah, but you're not wasting energy on it, are you? You're using it as a bit of practice time, and even if it's only 3 darts, you know, to go and score a ton and get yourself ready for the next, you know, leg.
60.
And in this instance, it's on Francois' throw, so it's a negative dart which can lead into negativity sort of creeping into your game. So it's something that I never like to do.
140.
even when you're practicing in your practice sessions, you have to throw every dart like you mean it, because it becomes repetitive, it becomes habit. If you start chucking darts away when you're practicing at home because it's not going right, there's more temptation to that lead into throwing darts away here when it does all matter, or an open tournament or whatever. So something an old guy taught me when I was 17, throw every dart like you're playing a match, even the practice darts, and I think that's seen me in good stead. Now just composing himself, Francois here, and that's the result.
65.
Change of target for Youngens. Reaps the reward with a double treble visit.
For shot unit number 116.
116 the shot for set number 1. Not going to go.
He was looking for the treble in the other bed there, wasn't he? To then go back up for double top. He strayed and drifted right hand down into the treble 3, and
44.
because we're not actually counting when they're throwing, it's a habit the way you go, and then when you miss your target, you just have to reevaluate and move on to the next target.
86. Francois required 72.
So 72 for the first set here for Francois.
Well, this is the 4th time now he's taken a real pause before he's gone and thrown the darts. I dare to say he looks nervous.
32. Thomas required 60.
I've known Francois for a while. Something that he does in his game. So Thomas won the bull up and is effectively, with that break of throw, giving himself a chance to throw to take the first set.
91.
Needed a treble, gets it third dart, and that hurts. Francois has just been thinking, oh, this is a troubleless visit, I can get in on top of this.
100.
He matches by hitting with a third dart treble himself. Yeah, Francois pacing up and down there behind Thomas Youngens, isn't he? I think you might be onto something there, Dan. The situation may be a little getting to him and being a last leg decider in a set. If you're going to win this tournament, you have to go through a few of those and have to be confident with it. And generally the one at the end of the week is the one that's come through them the most.
The last 2 games that Francois has played, he's gone into it in different respects as the underdog, because against Danny Porter, the Australian was the #1 seed. And against Brian Raman, you're coming up against a former WDF #1 and someone who's been there and done it in the PDC. Now there's maybe more expectation creeping in, because people weren't talking about him prior to the tournament. They're now saying, oh, he's having a quiet run at Lakeside. Maybe he could win.
Yeah, I'll go with that, mate. I totally agree. Just fell off the dart, didn't he? Lean forward. There's a lot of body movement this time round. Not that I'm saying body movement doesn't work. You only got to look at John Henderson and look at his 2024 and see that it's working for him.
60.
The Scottish player who holds all of the world senior trophies at this particular moment in time in 2024.
Double 8 now.
That's been shown the first set.
First blood from playing, and that is a fabulous finish under pressure.
Second set,
That's
first
what he's
side.
built his game upon throughout this tournament. Finishes from that kind of range.
One 40. One 34.
This is the very top section of the men's draw. Winner here faces the winner of McGurk Machin. That's the final game this afternoon.
As we get to this late in the week, recovery times for the players after they've played in such matches like this, energy sapping matches, can be very different for some players. Some players, the adrenaline's still going 3 hours later, and you can't begin to sort of do anything else. Other players are so laid back, the adrenaline stops the minute that they walk off the stage.
56.
It's the psychology off the board and how they prepare to come and play can affect how they actually play when it comes to putting a foot to the hockey in the moment.
78.
All things that we forget when we're commentating. We look at it as commentators and think, oh, it all starts when you put the foot to the hockey and away we go with the first start. I can assure you it doesn't. Starts hours and hours before that. Sometimes starts a couple of hours after the previous game the day before.
132.
Another quality setup. However, Young Hans is going to get a dart at double top.
That's been shown in the first.
Really, really good from Thomas Young Hans,
Second line is Thomas to throw first.
who in many ways carries pressure of his own, being the seeded player.
Thomas is one of those that won't carry that in a satchel on his back, I can tell you. The fact that he's a seed. He's a very calm and calculated character
100.
who on the exterior looks as cool as ice. But inside he's a ferocious tiger, just keeping all that in.
Saw him yesterday in the practice room, and he did look incredibly relaxed. He was handing out these big bags of Swiss chocolate, almost duty-free sized, and we were allowed to take our pick from them.
76.
I'm his mate, he must have missed me out. He must have known I was diabetic and he didn't want to add to the problems. I wouldn't argue with you there, Dan. I would actually agree.
90.
Sometimes I say things that make sense. Ish.
I know this isn't your first rodeo, cowboy.
That's been shown in the purple.
Top's been very kind to Francois.
Following is Thomas to throw first.
You tell I've been watching a little bit of Yellowstone lately.
What gave it away?
97.
It's 5 from 7 on the doubles, and backs up exactly what we were saying at the start. Francois, not the biggest scorer, 180 to his name, but give him a chance at the back end of legs. What was I saying? Francois is a massive scorer.
Absolutely. foot and mouth spring to mind on that one, Dan. But yeah, great call. If you could continue to say that, maybe we'll see more 180s. So you carry on, mate. Knock yourself out. But I think you can see from the rhythm of both players now, they are more settled. You're absolutely right. The game is now coming to the fore. And we're now in a really important part of the game now. This sort of second quarter, I suppose. If we were playing American football, you would call it. Bottom of the third if we were baseball. But yes, that's the third innings for those that don't understand.
56.
We welcome you wherever you're watching all over the world on the Great Game YouTube channel.
Yeah, thank you for joining us.
92.
There is no darts without the followers, the fans, the families, the sponsors, and of course, the organisations.
56. For a side you require with number 14.
So Francois has his attempt at 114. Which way does Thomas Younghans go? He goes a totally different route. A very strange one to boot, but maybe he loves double 19.
The logic behind it is that you're not readjusting. It's just pure 19s and you're throwing a different weight of dart. However,
and the chances are you're only going to get one dart at the double anyway.
One dart at the double is generally all Francois Schreien has needed. What a start to this quarter-final from the Belgian, who is looking to become the second Belgian in 2 years to lift the Lakeside title. 6 from 8 on the doubles. It has been exemplary so far.
Tickets for the 2025 WDF Lakeside World Championships go on sale this Sunday at 6 p.m. Head over to www.eventbrite.co.uk to grab the best seats. The 46th annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open will be held from January the 17th till the 19th. It's a world that you should not miss. And the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside in December, when the Masters are held from May 2nd to 4th. One of the best run tournaments on the calendar in the beautiful city of Esbjerg, the Golden Denmark Open provides the champions a direct qualification into the 2025 Lakeside World Championships. Along with the Silver Denmark Masters, it's a tournament weekend to look forward to. The Toronto Area Open is held from May 30th till June the 1st. It will be the biggest WDF tournament in Canada in 2025, with the winners of the 501 singles directly qualifying for the Lakeside World Championships. Come join North America's best dart shooters in Toronto. The Swiss Open and Helvetia Open tournaments are held from May 30th till June the 1st. One of the longest running tournaments in Europe invites you to join them in between the most beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment. The Latvian Open and Riga Open are held from October 17th to 19th. One of the biggest tournament weekends in the Baltic region is near the end of the 2025 WDF season. An excellent chance to pick up your much needed points in this silver and bronze weekend. For more information on each of these tournaments, go to the link in the description. A special thanks to our tournament sponsors and partners, Mission, Blaze, Quiff, Great Game, Dart Connect, L-Style and MasterCooler.com.
Welcome back to Lakeside, where Francois Schreien is in a very strong position against Thomas Younghans. He is 2 sets to the good he is halfway towards a place in the semi-finals on his debut. It's been a brilliant display of doubling from the Belgian. 6 from 9, 66% is a percentage that will win you lots of darts matches. Thomas hasn't been bad himself, 3 from 7, but the issue he's having is that Francois is taking many of his shots with the first dart in hand, and Youngans isn't getting enough opportunities. He isn't scoring heavily enough in order to do so. Scott Mitchell, 2015 champion, still alongside me. Scott, the break came after 2 sets. Who do you think will have benefited most from it?
Well, I think you can kind of look at it 2 ways, really. Francois will think it probably didn't benefit him. He's got 2 up, has a bit of momentum and a bit of head of steam. You know, he's going into it thinking, I really could do without the break. Thomas, on the other hand, probably really needed that break. He really needed it to kind of stop the rot and get himself off there, try and have a think about what he's doing, get the people around him to sort of remind him how the first couple of sets went. It's very easy to go off going, you're 2-0 down and saying in your head you're playing rubbish and stopping yourself coming back out and achieving again. But you just need that voice of rationality in the back room. So I think probably, if you're asking me, it was a good time for Thomas to stop sort of Francois heading off into the sunset. But only time will tell. Thomas needs to come back now and really needs to take this first leg to make sure that the break was right for him, to turn it into an advantage.
60.
It's been a generally rock-solid performance from Francois. And he did add a few big scores in the last 2 legs, 180 in each of them. Checkouts of 78 and 56 with only 1 dart at double required. It's a pretty good recipe. Well, ever since I said Francois is not a massive scorer, he's hit 3 180s in 3 legs. So you're welcome if you listen back.
Yeah, the Swissman there, the Swiss guy there, Thomas, he gave him the ideal opportunity to score big after only hitting 22. That said, come and get me. And Francois duly did, and he's back on those doubles again.
51. Thomas shooting on 93.
And a rare miss. So if you're going to get back into this match, these are the shots that has to go.
For my mind, the choice of going for the bullseye first shows you where Thomas's mind is. Safety first, not an aggressive shot. Francois is going to come back.
Takes his time, had a good look.
And
it's worked like a charm for him. And now he's starting to believe. Francois breaks the Young'un's throw. And we're getting to the stage where you feel that Thomas has to throw caution to the wind here.
94.
He's tried and tried again. It's a strange thing to try and describe. You throw best when you're relaxed up there, but it's a World Championship quarter-final. How do you relax up there? You have to find a way to make it feel like a practice throw, but when you're practicing at home, is another one of your 180s coming in? No, not quite. When you're practicing at home, you don't have all these people around you. You don't have the cameras on you. You don't have the bright lights in your face. It's a very different situation.
83.
The way that Thomas gets back into this game is to jump on mistakes from Francois, but of late, he's not been there in the right position to be able to capitalise on that
60.
because he hasn't been close enough. Francois seems to disappear and then comes back scoring big.
136.
I think I'd have stayed up there if that was me. 2 darts lying beautifully in the treble 20. It was worth another. I thought maybe he does a like double 4, and that's the reasoning, but 52 he goes now. 12 for tops has been his route most of the time all week. And once again, his finishing comes to the fore.
He's trying to leave tops as often as possible. Working out nicely.
140.
Treble 20 needs to work out nicely for Thomas if he wants a pathway back in this third set.
But what Francois is doing very well, he is leaving Thomas to feed off of scraps, really. He's not allowing Thomas to stay settled at any point in this game. And when Thomas does get there, he's under immense amounts of pressure. It's like now, he sat there 2 sets down, 2 legs down on his own throw.
100.
It does show how important that first break was in set 1. The break of throw in the set
100.
has left Junghans chasing for the rest of this match so far.
134. Thomas, you go out, coming at 21.
Did the sensible thing by not going for the bullseye.
$92. Thomas, you require 40.
Thomas Junghans is back in this set. Been a while since we've seen him have a pop at a double. Back in the groove quickly.
140.
He's having to break the Belgian's throw here. So it could be just a temporary back in the set, and he has to break it. There's no 2 ways about it. Otherwise, he's staring 3-0 in the face. I have to say, Francois has been very good at holding his throw.
66.
Right-handed 180 comes in from Francois.
That you should not miss. And the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside in this 1 singles, directly qualifying for the Lakeside World Championships. Come join North America's best dart shooters in Toronto. The Swiss Open and Helvetia Open tournaments are held from May 30th till June the 1st. One of the longest running tournaments in Europe invites you to join them in between the most beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment. The Latvian Open and Riga Open are held from October 17th to 19th. One of the biggest tournament weekends in the Baltic region is near the end of the 2025 WDF season. An excellent chance to pick up your much-needed points in this silver and bronze weekend. For more information on each of these tournaments, go to the link in the description. A special thanks to our tournament sponsors and partners, Mission, Blaze, Quiff, Great Game, Dart Connect, L-Style and MasterCooler.com.
Scottish Classic and 5-time Belgium Open champion, the number 2 seed from the Netherlands, Eileen de Graaf.
Well, Sophia McKinley has been one of the real stars of this year's Women's World Championship, overcoming two incredibly experienced heads. Lisa Ashton first up, the 4-time world champion. The young Scot facing match darts in that one, showing nerves of steel in order to defeat the Lancashire Rose. Last night, she was up against Irina Armstrong of Germany, who played some beautiful darts early in the game, but Sophie stuck in there. It was hard work towards the end, plenty of missed doubles. This is a further step up against the number 2 seed, Eileen de Graaf. In many ways, the most likely contender to beat Bo Greaves and stop her from winning 3 world championships. She is craving this title after winning virtually everything else in the WDF system. A 4-time Dutch Open winner. She's a world master, a world trophy winner. This is the big title she is after. It was an awkward game yesterday against Mayumi Uchi of Japan. There was a delayed start because of scoreboard and camera issues. Mayumi's pace obviously unsettling Eileen, but she was far too strong. How will she find up against the mercurial talent of the 18-year-old Sophia McKinley, who is a player, Lorraine, you know very well with doing your work with Target, part of the Target stable. Can you see her getting another win to get to the semis, or will Eileen's experience ultimately count for too much?
To be fair, I think Eileen's got the experience, but Sophie's got the talent, and she's shown true grit so far in this competition. So there's no reason why Sophie can't get the better of Eileen.
She's not just a youth player who's making the step up to senior level. She's won countless titles in the WDF system and girls' championships, but she's a senior winner as well. Got that win in Hungary very recently.
38.
She had a really tough draw in the qualifiers as well. You know, she came through that. She played with such passion. You said about all the titles that she has won on the WDF system. She's been playing 11 years. She holds 42 Scottish Darts Association titles. 42. She's 18 years old, you know, so. A trophy cabinet must be massive.
82.
Hence the nickname.
Sophie the Trophy. It's a great nickname, that.
Eileen, of course, looking to use the treble 19 that she's used so effectively throughout her career. From visit to visit, we don't really know where she's going to be throwing the dart.
No. Have you got your 171 column at the ready?
I have. 3's the number she needs to beat. Now looking at double 9. I wonder if she was pondering going for a split with Sophie on 164, but it's a lot of respect paid. Not taking anything for granted.
100.
No, and nine's not a gimme either. The big one is the most important dart in that combination there.
Eileen, you require 9.
Well, for a player of such experience, to miss the big number twice in a row.
Nervy darts. Sophie finds the first break of throw.
Second leg, Sophie to throw first. Game on.
Eileen hopes the only mistake she'll be making out of the system early on.
60.
Yeah, she was shaking her head in the background there. She will have been very disappointed with herself.
95.
Starts off on a trusty 19s, scoring a solid 95.
85.
Nice find with the last dart there for the treble 20 for Sophie.
93.
These two know who they'll be facing in the semi-finals if
81.
they progress that far. Lorena Rietbergen had just enough in the tank to see off compatriot Aletta Vaya.
82.
That was a game that could have so easily gone either way. Sophie was going for the 25 there to leave herself 170. So she'll be looking to leave this 192 handy.
Should be satisfied with a ton.
60.
Doesn't get one. Treble 20. That's a flyer.
81.
Well, Sophie should be looking to start this combination on the ball. So downstairs.
92.
Beautiful setup shot to leave tops if she gets to come back.
Oh. 66. Sophie required 40.
Very creative. Sophie McKinley, it doesn't fluster her. Nothing seems to. She's 2-0 up.
Cool and calm. On the outside anyway, not quite sure what's going on the inside, but she's not letting us know, and she's not letting her opponent know either.
100.
Plenty of darts ahead for Sophie, regardless of the outcome, because she's playing in the girls' tournament tomorrow, the number 2 seed against the defending champion Aurora Focasato of Italy. And if things go according to plan, she might have 2 finals to prepare for on Sunday.
She could very well.
$139.
Aurora will be the oldest youth player that we have in the tournament this year because she actually turns 19 on the 1st of January.
And that is the cut-off point, isn't it?
So it is, yeah.
Very fortunate, really.
It is. It's a good job this tournament isn't in its usual slot in January, otherwise she would have missed out. She wouldn't have had the chance to come back and try and retain her title.
64.
Sophie, the number 2 seed, and the number 1 seed is your pairs partner, Paige Pauling.
My Dutch Open pairs partner. Yes, we made it all the way to the final when we were there last year. We lost out in the final to Bo and Mrs. Jo Rolls.
57. Sophie require 170.
And this could raise the roof.
It's on. Still on. Oh, that was a nervous smile there from Sophie, but what a great effort. She had to go for it with Aileen sat on 1118. That 1-2-1.
How many players of a similar age or even older you would see hit a plum treble 20, single one, and then they'd turn around and they'd scoff and they'd look annoyed with themselves?
Yeah. But those are the players that give away their emotions. Sophie's giving us nothing. She's just getting on with it. She's looking very focused and composed.
$56. $60.
She's giving us a fine performance.
$100. Sophie will require 150. $57. $95.
I think Aileen would have been happier with a 1-7-1 there.
Treble 18.
32.
77. Aileen will require 126.
This is one of Aileen's favourite finishes, but not to be on this occasion. So Sophie returns for double eight.
79. Sophie will require 16.
And if she's faltering on the 19s, then she's got a problem. It was a bit wild.
12.
She won't be happy with that.
Aileen will require 47. First leg.
Well, that's a leg that Sophie really should have won.
And another important break of darts.
Big thing letting her down right now is the doubling. Only 3 from 17. She's had darts to win every leg. And another day, she could be one leg away from place in the semis. Back-to-back 47 checkouts. She went 15 double 16 last time. Opts for more of the same.
Doesn't find it.
So we require 20.
Up for double 5 now. That's a good marker.
15. Aileen will require 32.
That's a great dart from Aileen there to take the 2-0 lead.
Sophie will be kicking herself if she
100.
doesn't win this set, given the chances she's had. Now she's starting on the 17s.
Trying to.
Trying to, yes.
Yeah.
100.
It's what works for you, but
she is all over the place.
I can't help but think she's just needlessly complicating things.
Yeah.
60.
Sophie's game's very simple. It's treble 20. If it's blocked, I'll switch, but otherwise, I'm simply going there.
Yeah.
42.
I don't think Sophie is actually paying much attention to what Aileen's doing either, because by Aileen using the whole of the board, if you are one of those players that is stood behind watching what your opponent is throwing, psychologically that can absolutely mess your own game up, because you end up thinking, what are they doing? Why are they doing that? Rather than actually concentrating on what you're doing yourself. Beautiful treble 10 there to leave 32 when Sophie comes back. Aileen way back on 3-1-8.
37. Sophie required 32.
Under no pressure.
Good 17 dart leg that, yeah.
Fourth round, Italian to throw first. Game on.
Aileen giving herself a good talking to. And that's a much better start from Aileen.
Just the wrong side of the wire, but the darts in general are going straight and true.
Yeah.
59.
Trebles would be handy.
Yeah, she just needs to keep it straight down the line.
100.
First to a finish. Another solid leg.
Sophie required 158.
Do you think Christian's got a headache yet?
I'd be surprised if he doesn't.
80.
It's certainly a test of his mathematical skills.
Only looking for 2 of those to leave double 10. And I hope Christian does have some ibuprofen in his pocket.
He's got to go the 19s now. Finds it, double 10. What a dart!
That is a mega dart under the utmost pressure.
Sophie to throw first. Game on.
And that's the first time we've seen her, one dart in hand, bang,
yeah.
It goes. If she does get the win,
140.
she's now only 361 points away. Tightening up those doubles will be what she has to do in the semi-final.
Yeah.
Against a player who's got to do the same in Marina Rietbergen.
Yes.
Bottom half of the draw has kept opening up all tournament. That's largely down to Sophie.
62.
Lisa Ashton, the most favoured unseeded player.
Yes, Lisa was in a really dangerous...
95.
She was the dangerous player in that situation there, because how many times do you find Lisa not seeded? You know, it's a first round nightmare, really.
It was strange to see, but it's only because she's not been able to play as much darts recently because of injury problems.
Yep, and she picked up that gold tournament. They gave her the golden ticket.
Sophie's golden ticket came courtesy of a last chance qualifier in Hungary. I did think at one point if she was left on 152, she'd try the 19s.
80.
Well, Sophie's last visit, she hit the big one with the last dart to leave the 159, so she's looking to set this up.
85, Eileen Parsons, 2.
Tops.
52.
Great line there, just slightly low.
13 or treble. Bullseye for the semi-finals. Oh, the Sophia McKinley story continues. She keeps sweeping aside experienced campaigners, and she adds Eileen de Graaf to the list. What a week this is turning out to be for the young Scot. The trophy could add the biggest one of the lot to her collection come what Sunday.
Ladies and gentlemen, please show your appreciation for last year's finalist, Eileen de Graaf. And into the semi-final, Sophie McKinley. Now, ladies and gentlemen, 5 more minutes, 5 minutes break. We will be back with our 5th and final match of the session as Peter Mason takes on Shane McGurk.
Tickets for the 2025 WDF Lakeside World Championships go on sale this Sunday at 6 p.m. Head over to www.eventbrite.co.uk to grab the best seats. The 46th annual Winmore Fleetwood Memorial Las Vegas Open will be held from January the 17th till the 19th. Sin City welcomes you to come and play in the entertainment capital of the world. Men's and women's champions win places at the 2025 World Championships. The Romanian Darts Festival is held from January the 24th till 26th. Join the party in Bucharest. Register to play by Wednesday 22nd of January and kickstart the new WDF ranking season in historical Bucharest. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is held from January the 30th till February the 2nd. Registration is open until January the 15th. The Toto Dutch Open Darts is by far the largest darts party in the world that you should not miss. And the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside in December. Denmark Open and Masters are held from May 2nd to 4th. One of the best run tournaments on the calendar in the beautiful city of Esbjerg, the Golden Denmark Open provides the champions a direct qualification into the 2025 Lakeside World Championships, along with the Silver Denmark Masters Championships. Come join North America's best dart shooters in Toronto. The Swiss Open and Helvetia Open tournaments are held from May 30th till June the 1st. One of the longest running tournaments in Europe invites you to join them in between the most beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment. The Latvian Open and Riga Open are held from October 17th to 19th. One of the biggest tournament weekends in the Baltic region is near the end of the 2025 WDF season. An excellent chance to pick up your much-needed points in this silver and bronze weekend. For more information on each of these tournaments, go to the link in the description. A special thanks to our tournament sponsors and partners, Mission, Blaze, Quiff, Great Game, Dart Connect, L-Style and MasterCooler.com.
World Championship. And we welcome back to the stage the former FCD Anniversary Open champion, the former Irish Open champion, the Arrow, Shane McGurk. We now welcome to the stage the former three-time Pacific Masters champion, the former PDO World Trophy champion, the reigning Murray Bridge Classic champion from Australia, Meechie.
Well, this afternoon has zipped by in a flash. We have one more game before this evening's session, and it involves the number 5 seed Peter Meechin of Australia, former World Trophy winner, against the man who has produced consistent excellence over the course of this week, Shane McGurk of Ireland, who booked his spot at Lakeside more than 12 months ago with his Irish Open victory, a gold-ranked tournament, which meant regardless of what he did for the following year, he was always coming here. Rated as a dark horse before the tournament began, and now is the bookmakers' favourite following the demise of Jimmy Van Schie last night. The pressure certainly will be ratcheted up on the Monaghan man, who's not dropped a set yet. Easily beat Mark Barilli 2-0 in round 1. Then he had his record-breaking doubles display against Edwin Torbjornsson of Sweden. 9 from 9 on the outer ring. That then drops to a, for his standards, pedestrian 50% against Brandon Weening of Australia. He now takes on another seeded Australian. This will probably be his toughest assignment yet, because of all the Australians here, Peter Meechin is the most decorated. And he also plays at a slightly slower pace.
Yeah, McGurk has been the one of those guys who doesn't have a core card and has been the talk of 2024 at times. His game has come on rapidly, probably since Q School at the start of the year, and like you said, he'd already secured his place here, which gave him a fallback that he knew that he would be at one World Championship or the other, it's fair to say. There's still a big Aussie contingent here.
140.
In here cheering for Meechie. That's his nickname, that's what they all call him.
They've all been cheering each other on throughout the whole tournament. The Kiwis joining in as well.
60.
They've all made big sacrifices and travelled from afar to get here, so they're all supporting each other as much as possible.
170.
But Peter Meechin might need more than support if he's to topple the Irishman. Must be flying high with confidence right now.
100. Shane Uruguay 132.
No need to go for the bull route. He might have to rely on McGurk dipping from his usual standards, such as missing the big number as he did there.
44. Peter Uruguay 148.
So, 32 for McGurk.
In charge of the first leg, Shane McGurk. Second leg is Shane to throw first.
No mistake there, and been on the Challenge Tour all year with Shane McGurk, and he finished number 32 in the PDC Challenge Tour. I think there's over 300 who do that all year. That is not too shabby indeed.
41.
Well, to demonstrate how well Shane's been playing at times this year, One recorded average of 119, a Challenge Tour record.
Yeah, you don't want to play him when he's doing those, do you? But that's where you get the confidence. Once you start doing those averages once, you then start believing.
60, Shane Jeremiah 43.
Double 16. The signs are very good for McGurk.
Shane McGurk. Third leg is Peter to throw first.
Who, after winning his opening 2 matches, actually returned to Ireland, worked a couple of days, and he was telling me that he got back to work and his boss said to him, "What are you doing here?" Expected him to be in the country for the duration of the tournament.
150.
And also said, if you win this, I'll probably never see you again.
But nice for him to give him the nod and say, you know, just have a couple of days off, kidder, and enjoy. But there you go. It's lovely that, you know, at this level of the game, people are still working. It's nice to have the support of your boss to help you out and know that he's got your back. Because when you're away at tournaments, the game throws up some crazy things.
140.
November the 10th, 2023, when McGurk got the golden ticket, beat Ryan Hogarth in the Irish Open final. Not playing as well as he has done this week.
McGurk, from his Challenge Tour position this year, has seen him get a couple of stabs at the Pro Tours as well, which is always really good experience, especially for these moments.
Well, that was both a slip and a miscount at the same time.
Could McGurk be inspired by a Mickey Mansell run maybe at the Grand Slam?
No reason why not. Mickey Mansell's compatriot, Brendan Dolan, has been a practice partner of Shane's recently.
140.
Good guy to learn off.
Lovely man as well, Brendan Dolan, lovely man. Done a couple of exhibitions with him over the years, and absolute gent. As are they all, as are Willie O'Connor, as are Mickey Mansell. They're all spent a little bit of time with those guys on the Pro Tours now and again, just little conversations, and they all know what they want out of the game, the Irish. They know what they want. And we're now seeing the next influx come through, and McGurk is one of those.
Second leg is Peter to throw first.
Conor Heenan is another one. See more prominence from him maybe in the Super Series. He's going well now. There's a little influx.
140.
Man who's won on this stage and gone from strength to strength, Keane Barry.
Keane Barry indeed. There's Dylan as well. He beat me for a tour card actually. He went on and got a tour card that day, Dylan the Irishman. So yeah, I seem to be some people's lucky omen. I think I'm soon going to get sponsors making sure I'm in the room for them, for their players to play me and head on and win. That was an exhibition the other night. I lost to Chizzy first round. He goes on and wins it, beating Littler on the way and everything else. So, yeah, it doesn't seem to go away. But, hey, well, it's happening to me. I can handle it. It's not happening to somebody else. Make sure you stay here. Now he'll go up top, looking for a treble 20 to leave the 170.
96.
Not to be this time. Nothing that can do from 3-4-2 to leave a double.
What do you make of the Machin setup? Very small stems, very short bulbous barrels.
I don't think I can comment because the one time we played he beat me, so I say it's very good for Peter. It seems to work. No, it's a very unusual setup because in this day and age we're seeing the longer point setup similar to what Shane has. The younger players are using a lot longer point because they can sort of pitch a 180 or a 171 on a pinhead.
90. Peter requires 32.
Been a pedestrian leg from Shane.
And I've got to be honest, before this game start, I felt that Peter Machin's pace could be a problem for Shane. But all the time that Shane's in the lead in this match, it's not going to be a problem because you have that momentum with you.
Peter requires 4.
Double one.
No score.
I don't think I've ever seen Machin miss doubles like this on his travels when he comes over here. He's usually very clinical.
In shot and a second there. Shane McGurk.
And one thing you can say, McGurk is clinical. And that is good stuff from him.
To throw first.
Clinical's been the best word to describe McGurk this week. You didn't already have the nickname of the Arrow. Could be the clinician. Give him a chance. He takes it more often than not.
That was McGurk's highest shot out of the match, and that shows he's scoring well if he's doing that. 52 was his highest shot out. Looking at other stats here, tons thrown, very similar.
95.
6 for McGurk, 7 for Machin, and 140 thrown in Machin's favour too.
52.
So he's not a million miles away, but he's just got to be taking those chances like in the last leg that he didn't take. But McGurk won't worry about that, nor will the McGurk fans over in Ireland, or the ones that are here at Lakeside this week.
81.
They will want their man to continue in the vein that he is. And you say he's favourite with the bookies. I wonder if he knows that now. I wonder if somebody, or one of his mates has messaged him and said, you've gone in as favourite. Maybe they'd have got him at a bit longer odds.
$134. $134.
Similar riposte from McGurk. Looking at the treble 16.
119. Shane, you require 80.
Well, that's the sign. He wanted to leave double 16. Did Machin.
40. Peter, you require 72.
That was a loose arrow from the arrow there.
And this is where Peter must pounce. finals to play.
It's only your second leg of the match so far. And with set play, you need to string those legs together. He'd rather have not had a leg in the first set. Now, once he's lost it, and have two in this one. Doesn't quite work that way in set play.
As it stands, this is Shane's poorest performance of the week, currently only averaging 86. That's only 2 points shy of Peter's best, averaging 88 in a straight sets win over Mike Gillett.
He did play lovely in that game, didn't he?
137.
Mike Gillett had a big average himself the game before that, didn't he? So it was Peter doing the business when it was needed. So McGurk's gone off the boil a little bit here. So Meiji has to make hay while the sun shines, but hitting the fives is not helping him.
That's a massive helping hand.
What, from me saying he's gone off the boil and then immediately he hits a 180?
You did to him what I did to Francois Schreier.
60. Shane Uruguay 154.
Yeah, but I'm a little older than you. I should have learnt my lesson. Should have learnt your lesson is what I should have done. But there we go. 76 for McGurk.
94. Peter Uruguay 155.
Needed treble 19 for double 19. But if Peter Machin's in a position where he needs to take 155 to save his throat,
87.
he is in a big
Shane
spot of
Uruguay
bother.
60.
Again, the 180 of McGurk turned the leg into his favour. Now can he turn it into a point on his side of the board? We head up.
He certainly can. Shane McGurk 2-0 up in sets against Australia's Peter Machin. He is still yet to drop a set in 4 matches, and he's 2 away from the semi-finals.
Tickets for the 2025 WDF Lakeside World Championships go on sale this Sunday at 6 p.m. The world that you come join North America's best dart shooters in Toronto. The Swiss Open and Helvetia Open tournaments are held from May 30th till June the 1st. One of the longest running tournaments in Europe invites you to join them in between the most beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment. The Latvian Open and Riga Open are held from October 17th to 19th. One of the biggest tournament weekends in the Baltic region is near the end of the 2025 WDF season. An excellent chance to pick up your much needed points in this silver and bronze weekend. For more information on each of these tournaments, go to the link in the description. A special thanks to our tournament sponsors and partners, Mission, Blaze, Quiff, Great Game, Dart Connect, L-Style and MasterCooler.com.
Well, as has been the case throughout the tournament this year, Shane McGurk finds himself in a position of strength. The doubling has been quality, as you'd expect from the Irishman. He's won 6 legs and has only required 10 darts at double. They are percentages which will see him go a long way if he continues his fine scoring, which hasn't quite been as on point as it has earlier this week. But an 89 average is still more than comfortable against Peter Machin, who is simply not creating enough chances for himself. He's got to find a real burst of scoring power, and it is interesting that he only had a very short break, came back on the stage and was practicing furiously. Shane came back on with our referee, Garen Roderick. Scott Mitchell alongside me, and Scott, it's incredibly difficult to see Peter mounting a comeback here.
Yeah, but if he's going to do it, it has to start right now, because he's got the throw in this set. He has to win this set if he has any inclination of coming back. Like you say, very interesting. He was out the back at the short time. He chose not to probably throw practice throws out there at the back. He wanted to come out here and find his range again on this one. McGurk, like you say, nothing really to worry about. 2 sets in the bag. He was playing tidily and doing enough to get his opponent. So he's out the back there with his smoking jacket on and his carpet slippers, thinking he's halfway to the job done. So you can understand why he took his full time out the back. He'd have been chatting to his people out there, and they'd have been reassuring him he looks lovely up there and he's feeling good.
93. Peter, you require 155.
Peter's got another crack at 155.
I was just about to say the same, and there's the 15. You feel he needs a treble here.
95.
And gets it to leave a tidy 2 dart.
Peter, you require 60. Short in the first leg. Peter Machin.
Tidy start to the 3rd set.
Second leg is Shane to Trophy.
That's 14 darter.
Yeah, McGurk in the averages teetering just below the 90. And Machin's picked his up now to just below 85, and you fear he's going to have to bridge the gap even more if he's going to make an assault on this 2-0 lead in sets of McGurk.
140.
It's at that point in the game, when you're behind, you have to start asking questions of your opponent.
100.
I have to say, what we've seen from McGurk so far, he's definitely answering those questions that Machin is asking. The one thing we do know about Machin, he will not go away.
100.
No finish left for Peter. And the leg's over as well.
Shane McGurk. Third leg is Peter to throw first.
A 15 dart leg there from McGurk, but a very confident hold of throw, and the body language and everything is being sent out to Machin to say,
100.
I'm not going anywhere. Yes, you had a nice leg in the last one, but I've held my throw nicely there.
100.
I have to say I love the psychology side of the game. It's much nicer watching other people involved in it rather than having to be up there and dealing with it and allowing your brain to go all squirrely.
100.
Are you saying you don't wish you were on the stage?
Of course I wish I was on the stage. The bits that I don't miss are the bits where you're beating yourself up and talking to yourself in your head.
Maybe that 180 can breathe new life into this quarter-final contest.
It sometimes takes a little spark to light a big bushfire.
58. Peter, you require 121.
There's a little look across at what McGurk has left on his side. Thought about the 16s, but he's gone up top with his eyes. I could be a spotter, you know, I reckon.
137. Peter, you require 60.
We'll stick with you in the comms box for now.
Everybody knows me, knows I can't concentrate long enough to do that, so. Concentration span of a gnat.
20.
Right before it goes through the windscreen on a car.
72.
One dart at tops.
32.
Just had a little thought about that, didn't he? You could just see that the whole process was slightly different. Is he going to get back? Well, that one's wide and handsome.
30.
And when you're not close with the second one, you say, oh, in your head and stop you doing the third one. Now, McGurk, lovely marker. Two lovely markers. Use the darts.
No score.
Now, that's unfortunate. That's unfortunate. Three lovely thrown darts. Just didn't find their destination. Machin on the dodgy double 5.
No score.
And that sums Machin's game up this time round.
Surely McGurk finds it now.
They always say the easiest thing to do is hit a double when your opponent is missed. I don't know who they always are, but yeah, they say.
Well, chances have been few and far between for Peter Machin.
I like McGurk's shiny shoes, that.
It's almost a throwback, isn't it? We don't see too many players wearing shoes. It's more chunky black trainers. They're like snooker referee shoes.
Yeah, there was a fella back in the day that used to play for London, and they used to call him shiny shoes. Had a few games for Dorset as well when he moved down to Dorset. Graham Innes. I hope you're watching, Graham. Well, I hope you're not. You should be working, but yes.
137.
He might have it on a separate device while he is working.
Look, he's a darts man. Of course he has.
99. Shane, you require 127.
Machin here doing his best not to go away. But McGurk, 127 after 9 is not too shabby.
49. Peter, you require 146.
A window of opportunity arises. Needs a treble here to pressure the 78 of McGurk.
60. Shane, you require 78.
For a 3-0 set lead. Double 12. Readjusts.
66. Peter, you require 86.
Chances again for Machin, and you feel this has to go. Part 1 done perfectly. Part 2 a little wayward.
54.
Part 3
Shane, you require
followed the wayward
12.
2.
Well, this is part 3 for Shane McGurk after missing double 12 and double 6. Double 3.
6.
There's been a bit of frailty from McGurk on the doubles in the last 2 legs. Not what we'd expect. And in steps Peter Machin,
Peter Machin.
who's got the darts to win the 3rd set.
Fifth leg is Peter
Didn't need a
to
second invite
Lewis.
there, did Machin? He was in there. It's how McGurk reacts now, because those sorts of moments do play on your mind. You stand behind your opponent, and if your opponent does this and goes and hits big 140, 100, you stand there behind knowing that you've had those darts at a double, thinking this is all my fault. We should not be here. McGurk seems to have the attitude is, I got myself into the mire, I have the ability to get myself out of it. Great mindset from Shane.
He's gone to the ironmongers and bought himself a big shovel,
140.
digging furiously. Quality leg from both players. It has to be supreme quality for Peter Machin. Party score.
161.
Not going to find the skin-saving 161 outshot.
$100.
93 after 9 against the throw from McGurk is the tail of this leg.
Mark of how good this leg has been from Machin, that McGurk's on tops after 12.
Went the treble 15 route there. Now it's 32. He hit it for the last one.
29. Shane, you require 40.
Big moments in this match. Big moments.
First time that Peter's had a set dart. But he comes away with nought. Shane McGurk needs 3 more legs to confirm his place in the Lakeside semi-finals.
$120.
Bit unfortunate. It was only finding the single 20, if that's any consolation.
Well, we're talking about the Irishman, the Irish legend, Billy O'Brien. It's his birthday today. Hopefully you're watching, Billy. Happy birthday to you.
100. 117.
Will bounce out a piece. Gently berated himself and then found treble 19. Peter should get to something better.
140.
In those situations, and that's yourself, and it's not the nicest thing to have to do. And once again, Meitchi goes to that section of the board where he's been pretty unsuccessful.
Don't know if it was by design, hitting the treble 12.
38. Peter, you require 16.
And he's going to get back there and have another go at it. He won't have expected that. He'd expected McGurk from the 78 to at least get one dart.
8. Shane, you require 40.
It's a darting, doubling nightmare for the Australian.
In charge of the second leg. Shane McGurk.
That's a doubling dream for McGurk.
Meitchi's finding it funny now, but he won't after the game. And Shane McGurk even apologised a little there and saying, quite clearly that was not my leg to have.
When you see Rye smiles, you know it's white flag territory.
It would be a monumental effort from Meitchin here just to get the set. Starting to have a little chat to himself. It's the 29-year-old Irishman. That makes him younger than you, because you were 30 yesterday.
Thank you for reminding me.
Not a problem. I'm here all week.
40.
Good job the week's nearly over then. I say in jest, of course.
Absolutely.
Where's he looking? It was at the bullseye.
I like that play. No guts, no glory. Go for the shot.
41. 34.
Difficult one for the spotter here. He could be going for the 2. No, not a chance of it.
Don't see many legs worn on double 17.
dream start. The dream start.
Look, it's not been a rampant display of scoring from Shane, but it's still 5 180s.
Machin was unlucky other than a deflection there, and
99.
What's been most impressive about Shane is the fact that whenever Peter has won legs, he's not let it unsettle him.
140. Senior by 129.
He's come back stronger. Bullseye, and he'll be coming back for the semi-finals.
104.
once again, no guts, no glory. Had to go with that with Machin on 111. Trouble 17 now to save himself. He's drifted in the wrong bed.
54. Senior by 25.
For a whitewash. Shane McGurk is looking invincible this week. And even though statistically it was his worst performance so far, he gave Peter Machin very, very little to work with. The bookmaker's favourite showing exactly why. A cracking performance. McGurk beats Machin 4-0.
Ladies and gentlemen, please keep your applause going for Peter Machin. And into the semi-finals, I'll give you Shane McGurk. Now, first of all, a massive thank you to our viewers on Great Games YouTube channel for joining us. We will be back for our evening session at 7 o'clock. We will see you there.
In the world that you should not miss, and the men's and women's champions go to Lakeside. Esbjerg, the Golden Denmark Open provides the champions a direct qualification into the 2025 Lakeside World Championships, along with the Silver Denmark Masters in Toronto. The Swiss Open and Helvetia Open tournaments are held from May 30th till June the 1st. One of the longest running tournaments in Europe invites you to join them in between the most beautiful surroundings. The Swedish Open and Masters takes place from 15th to 17th of August. A popular tournament for many of Europe's best arrowsmiths, the double silver weekend always provides great entertainment. The Latvian Open and Riga Open are held from October 17th to 19th. One of the biggest tournament weekends in the Baltic region is near the end of the 2025 WDF season. An excellent chance to pick up your much-needed points in this silver and bronze weekend. For more information on each of these tournaments, go to the link in the description. A special thanks to our tournament sponsors and partners, Mission, Blaze, Quiff, Great Game, Dart Connect, L-Style and MasterCooler.com.